William the Fridge Perry playing in London. It did happen, although he was well past his prime. You also had Super Bowl champ, before he was the Super Bowl champ, Kurt Warner playing in Amsterdam, and Tom Brady savior Adam Vinatieri also played there. Despite a few stars, for the most part, the talent in NFL Europe was practice squad level at best. This is the story of why NFL Europe failed. If the NFL continues to expand their regular season games, and there's clear demand for it, with every game selling out, I can't get a ticket for the life of me, then we can't claim lack of interest as the reason for failure. And when NFL Europe was shut down, the league focused on these international games as a primary way to spread the gospel of football. So the appetite is there. There is a huge gap in the NFL season as well, the biggest of any US sport. So a new league that filled this dead time seemed like a great idea, yet it would become a money pit and the NFL couldn't continue losing $30 million a year. But why was revenue non-existent? Interest was low for one thing, attendance numbers were bad for many teams, and a live television contract with local media couldn't be secured because of the poor numbers, and that's fundamental to generating revenue. That's the top level reason to why the league failed, because it was not making money. But why was it not making money? Why weren't people interested in NFL Europe when they were interested in the NFL? The league took a big bet in the 90s that Europe would watch football, but football that wasn't up to the same quality as they were used to on the TV. Initially, it was the World League of American Football, founded in 1991. That was rebranded to the World League in 1995, before the final iteration of NFL Europe in 1998. In the final season, 2007, attendance peaked at just about 20,000, and the World Bowl, basically their Super Bowl, drew 48,000 fans. Not bad numbers, but not enough. A limiting factor for growth was the quality of play. Teams did send over some talent. You had Kurt Warner, Jake Delhomme, Brad Johnson, Dante Hall, and Adam Vinatieri, but Super Bowl level talent was not the norm. And as time went on, there were fewer and fewer stars being produced. Maybe if you had more Kurt Warners or Jake Delhomme stories, that may have helped the league survive. It would have been cool to see players you root for end up in the NFL. But as teams didn't take it seriously, players being sent over got worse, and the overall quality of the league suffered. As time went on, teams just used it as a way to improve the talent at home. Not all owners were thrilled with the league hemorrhaging money and not producing much talent. So if you sent players to Europe, you were awarded extra spaces in training camp, so teams would send anybody they could to get more talent on the roster, the one that actually mattered. On top of talent, the mission of the league seemed to shift. While initially the idea was to grow the popularity of the sport, it turned into a developmental league. But if you want to improve the popularity of a sport, give people the best product. By giving them bad quality football, you only tarnish the reputation of the sport in the long term. And if that's the best use case, why have it so far away in Europe? And now with the XFL, USL, and subsequent merger, NFL Europe has been replaced in the US, and that's where it should have always been. While the XFL lost $60 million in 2023, they expect to be profitable by 2027. The important thing is that these new leagues play the long game. You will have many years of losing money. Even the NFL was once like this, but it's just a matter of whether you can weather the storm. NFL Europe was also used as a means to test for prospective coaches, officials, and new rules. Again, if you're going to use it for that reason, why do it in Europe? Other US-based sports have done a far better job at exporting to other countries. Take baseball in Japan, or basketball in China, Brazil, or Spain. With baseball, to be fair, it's been around for over 100 years, and is deeply ingrained into the sporting culture. These leagues also have more international stars, and that helps grow the international base. The NFL established the International Player Pathway Program in 2017 to tackle this issue though. So what was initially a goal to expand football's reach turned into a development league and NFL testing ground. The best way it seems to improve the popularity of the sport is to do more regular season games abroad and get more international players into the league. And there are remnants of this failed league. The European League of Football that formed in 2021 signed a deal with the NFL to use the branding of former teams of NFL Europe. So a little bit of history lives on.